went a little crazy and we're gonna open all these packages together today. But first we thrift. So let's head out to the Goodwill and I'll see you back here for whatever else we get into, including this monstrosity.
Alright, I ended up saying Goodwill, but we're actually at one of my local thrift stores that I've been to a handful of times, and they had some nice vintage things out today, including this beautiful teal transferware plate for only $3. That is a steal. So I wanted to tell you today we are obviously thrifting. I'm going to be sharing a haul of some vintage and antique items that I got with you, as well as some fall vignette styling. I loved this curved cabinet. The shelving was glass, which I'm not a huge fan of glass shelves, but it was $50 less than what I paid for mine. I thought this was a cute little petite candlestick holder. I'm assuming those little pieces that stick out are to hold like a glass hurricane vase or something on there. Also, I spotted some yellow and orange ambery glass items. Let me know if there's anything y'all collect specifically for your fall decor. We know I love brown transferware, and I love things with pheasants on them or old antique apothecary jars. You know I'm gonna get so excited when I see a tub of silverware, which is not often at my local thrift stores, so I was hunting through here for any antique pieces that I collect. I loved this cute secretary desk. It was very petite, only $50, but it had a lot of scratches. They had a table of Christmas stuff, so you know I had to look through some of that. It's never too early for Christmas. How gorgeous is this green bowl, I guess? I thought this would look beautiful in a centerpiece or on a dining table. I know a lot of people love this pattern. I love it too. I think it's really pretty and has that nostalgic feeling. I think $5 was a decent price. I loved this. It has a East Lake look to it. I don't think it's actually that old though, because it's hinged so that it can collapse and, fold up. But I thought this would be gorgeous to bring home and put my interior design books in, and then I pictured it at Christmas time holding Christmas books. Does anyone else collect these vintagey satin padded hangers? I love to collect the ones with pretty floral prints. I actually have a box of them stored away. I used to collect them years ago. I just do not come across them anymore. They're really hard to find, but I was excited to find a few here today. I absolutely loved this tabletop frame, or I'm sorry, this is a mirror. I loved it. If you remember recently, I found a swivel frame that looks very similar to that at the Goodwill bins not long ago, and I said I wanted to turn it into a mirror, which I still plan to do. It's just kind of an odd size, so I'm trying to find a piece of glass to put in it, but that is exactly what I pictured. They had some really nice glass and silver plate pieces here on this shelf. And then I found a pile of free books by the door, and look what's in it. This is one of my favorite Laura Ashley decorating books that I already own, so I would have brought it home otherwise, but that is such a good deal. And then they had some more that you actually have to purchase back here on this shelf. I thought this would be beautiful to display at Christmas time with some vintage shiny bright ornaments. These were not priced, but I thought they would be so pretty and perfect for a late summer, early fall table setup.
Y'all know that I love thrifting. Obviously, I think if you're here, you also are obsessed with it too. Well, what if I told you that you could do that without even having to leave your house? You don't even really have to get out of bed, to be honest. But let me tell you about my favorite app, Whatnot. Y'all, I'm so excited to be partnering with Whatnot today because I have been obsessively shopping on this app for almost a year now. So Whatnot is basically like a live vintage market, but right from your phone and from the comfort of your own home. So it's filled with sellers selling all types of things. There's tons of different categories like vintage and antique decor. There's clothing, accessories, there's storage bins that people go through, and the jewelry category, which is my favorite. Y'all, this is where I have been finding all of my good vintage and antique brooches that I've been sharing with you over this past year. So in my opinion, it really is the best app on the market right now. On average, sellers on Whatnot are selling 10 times more than other sellers on major marketplaces, and millions of people have used Whatnot to buy and sell across so many different categories. So let me just give you a quick rundown of how it works. You are able to tune into real live sales put on by real people, and there's literally a ton of live shows happening all day and night. Over 175,000 hours of live streams are hosted every week on Whatnot, and that's 800 times more than QVC's weekly broadcast hours. You can browse shows by category, and once you've entered a show, you'll be able to see the seller sharing all of the items up close and in real time for you to bid on, and you just swipe right on the little yellow bid button, and you're able to talk to other buyers in the chat or ask the seller if there's anything specific you're looking for. And by doing that, I have found so many things that I have been looking for recently that, again, I would not have access to locally, and it's just so fun. You're able to watch and talk with everybody, and it's just a nice sense of community. So not just shopping, but by connecting with people who also love the same things as you. So if you'd like to try Whatnot, click the link in my description down below. Now let's open up these boxes, and I'm gonna show y'all everything that I got. All right, let's start with this bigger box here, and everything. Oh my gosh, my scissors just broke. Ooh, me and a box cutter. Sketchy. Okay, here's everything that was in the first box. This was all from one seller and one show. It was just me and a few other people in there, so I paid pretty low for each of these things, maybe like $3 to $7 for each thing. The first thing is this gorgeous plate. I loved this like pattern on the edge. I believe this is ironstone, but it has some really beautiful crazing. Y'all know how I feel about my ironstone plates. I got a flow blue bone dish. Gorgeous, beautiful. Here's the stamp. And then look at this. I think it's West Germany vintage porcelain clock brooch. I thought that would look so good on some book spines. Y'all, look at this cute as pie little mini condiment dish or tureen. Even has the little ladle in there. This is adorable. I just did my curved cabinet in my last video for fall, so I'm gonna have to find a place to tuck that in. And then lastly, from this seller is this gorgeous doily with a dog on it. I paid $5 for this, and I thought it would look so good framed, so I'm gonna have to look out for a frame for that. All right, next I'm gonna open one of these envelopes. All right, from this seller, I have 3 pieces of jewelry. I am going through a bit of a turquoise phase. Everything I'm wearing is from Whatnot, by the way. I got this pretty turquoise bracelet. It's faux turquoise. And then this gorgeous little, let me put this on, flower bracelet and a gold horse brooch. And I paid $1 a piece for those. They also have an ephemera category, which I like to look for Victorian cabinet cards. So I found some really cool ones here. I'll go through them quickly. I like these smaller ones. I'm about to decorate my cabinet over here for fall, and I'll probably use a lot of these cabinet cards in there. I love the darker ones too, as you can tell. And then here's the last one. Oh, I love these. I paid $3 a piece for this set and then the second set. Look at these gorgeous tall glass salt shakers, salt and pepper shakers. I loved the patina top. And then also have this pair. So cute. I need to get like a little shelf or something and display all my salt and pepper shakers. Okay, from this seller, I found 3 clear rhinestone brooches. I'll show you them up close, but I got them to fill in the tiny little gaps on my black velvet purse where I have my clear brooch display up there. I love these. They're so cute. They were $2 each. Okay, from this seller, I just grabbed one thing, again, with the turquoise. I really wanted some little faux turquoise earrings to match everything else, as you can see. I paid $1 or $2 for these. You cannot beat that. All right, from this seller, I got this vintage photo in a frame, and it's this little girl on a pony toy. I thought that would be perfect for Christmas time with the vintage toys display I want to do. And then I got 2 of these tiny, adorable little frames. These were $3 for the pair. How cute is that? And then she also had these really cool vintage pencils, but they're metal. They look like pens. I really liked this one. It was $4 for both of them, and I thought this would look great displayed with my old letters and like inkwells and all that stuff. From the next seller, I got this tiny bird pin that I'm gonna put on my velvet purse with my collection of birds. $2. All right, from this seller, I got another turquoise necklace. Again, faux turquoise, but I loved how unique this was. It's a dragonfly. And I'm also in need of a chain of this size, so I'll be reusing that for some other jewelry. That was $3, and then I won a giveaway. Sellers will host like giveaways during their sales. And I want a cute little bracelet with hematite magnets. All right, this is the last box, and I'm pretty sure I got something Christmassy. Y'all, I got myself a Martha Stewart book for $3. If you know, you know, these things can get really expensive, and I'm so excited to look through that closer to Christmas time. And I found a gorgeous kind of bread, I think that's what this is, like a bread linen. And it has this really pretty detail on the edge. And I love the green. So that'll be for Christmas, duh. And then I got this mitten and oven holder set. It reminded me of like a 90s Christmas, and I really loved that. This was at $3 for the set. Here's a little Santa. And then she included these little needlepoint pieces for free. This one says 1982. This is a little stocking. So if you'd like to win these in a giveaway, I'm gonna give them away to one of you. Comment down below if you're interested. Just let me know you'd be interested in having these, and I'll send them to one of you. Just be on the lookout for when I reply to your comment that you've won. All right, and that is my haul of beautiful items I have to share with you. Let's go ahead and get some of these things styled into place.
All right, I wanted to add in my new adorable little condiment dish, covered dish. Y'all will have to let me know if there's a specific name for these, but I thought it was the cutest thing, and I wanted to add it into my curved cabinet somewhere, so I snuck it in here. And then I wanted to put those tall shakers in as well. I actually just pulled the other ones I had out and replaced them with these, and I think they're so gorgeous. I love the patina tops. In this spot on the kitchen countertops, I like to hide the outlet where I keep my diffuser plugged in, and it's just not really the prettiest spot. So I've been stacking up things like cutting boards, silver plate trays, and I went ahead and just added in that ironstone plate that I just shared with you. And then I'm going to add some fall touches with leaves and pumpkins. That's going to wrap up today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to go check out Whatnot. You can find the link to download the app in my description box below. I will also have a comment pinned in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.